Hello, I want to speak on confidentiality, integrity, and availability. My name is Akinwale Akindia. We want to look at these basic principles that are very relevant for information security globally. So, what is confidentiality? Confidentiality means information should be accessible to only authorized individuals in the organization. Okay, so we need to be able to have security and controls to ensure that people that are not authorized do not have access to a particular information resource. So how do we achieve confidentiality? We need to put in place encryption, all right, encryption algorithm. Um, I have I have another video on encryption. You can check my channel for some of those videos on encryption. So encryption simply means turning a plain text into a ciphertext. So we encrypt the message in such a way that if you don't have the encryption key, you will not be able to read the message. So that is one way to achieve confidentiality. Another way to achieve confidentiality is having physical access controls. So you can have security guards, you can have turnstile, you can have trap doors, okay, also called dead man doors. Okay, so all these fence physical restrictions can help to limit who will have access to a classified information. Then logical access controls are also very important. User ID and password, biometrics, firewalls, and so on. So network security, perimeter security, and the rest. Then of course, it's very important that you have a data classification policy. So your data classification policy will classify information based on their sensitivity so that everybody in the organization will know the information that must not be disclosed without authorization. Then, of course, you must have security awareness training so that people will be trained so that they don't disclose sensitive information. All right. Then integrity. Integrity means information should be modifiable only by authorized individuals and the modifications should be authorized. So people may be authorized to modify and they might still perform illegal or illegitimate modification. So the system must have controls to ensure that only authorized modifications can be done at all times. So how do you achieve these access controls? If I don't have access, I cannot modify without authorization. So access controls are very important. Rights management, very important. Give people only the rights they need to do their job. Not more, not less. That's what we call least privilege. The hash function algorithm, though this is a detective control. So the idea behind hash function algorithm is that if a message has been altered or if a file has been altered, we should be able to know. Okay, I have a video on encryption that talks in detail about hash function algorithm. You can also check my channel for that. So we calculate the digital summary of the message, all right, which we call a hash or a digest. Then after some time, we can recalculate or redetermine the hash again. So if the hash has changed, then we know that that message has been altered or the file has been altered. So that is a detective control. So we can use hash function algorithm to actually know whether a message has been altered without authorization. Then logs are very important also as a detective control. So access control and rights management, they are preventive control. Then logs and hash function algorithm, they are detective controls that will help us to know whether a message has been altered or not. So the last A is availability. So which means the system should have adequate uptime to support processing. So you want to always have your platform up to be able to meet business needs. So how do you achieve that? You need to have a business continuity plan. You need to have a disaster recovery plan. What is the difference between the two? Business continuity plan is your plan on how the business will continue to run, excuse me, despite any disruption. Okay, so there may be a disruption, maybe there's fire, maybe there's a pandemic, and there is a business shutdown. So we want to be able to ensure that the business continues to run. So we need to do what we call a BI, a business impact analysis, so that we know the business processes that must continue to run, because not all your business processes will need to run when there is a disruption. So you need to identify your most critical processes and build a plan for their sustainability. Disaster recovery plan is focusing on your technology, the applications, the platforms, the networks, the databases. So your plan to recover them in case anything happens to them. That is what we call disaster recovery plan. Then you can also implement ISO 22301, which is the standard on business continuity management systems. You can have backup procedures, right? Server clustering is also very important. So you have an application running on a server, but it's not just a single server. You have like 2 or 3 servers connected together, all right? Using the clustering agents, so that if the server goes, the primary server goes down, the others can take up the job. All right. So that will ensure that you prevent that disaster. So it's only IT that will know that the server has gone down. So that is one way to ensure that you have 24/7 availability. Then create redundancies in the system. So all your critical hardware will have a backup, so that if anything happens to the primary one, just switch to the backup. Then, of course, you need to have alternative sites, warm site, cool site, hot sites. So all those sites can also help you, so that if you have a problem with your primary data center, you can move to the alternative site. So in this video, I've looked at the CIA of security, confidentiality. We need to be able to preserve information so that they are accessible to only authorized people. Integrity, people should not be able to modify our information or data without authorization. Availability, our platform should always be up to support business processing. So once again, my name is Akinwale Akindiya. So please subscribe to my channel to get more videos from this channel. Thank you.